What's up, people? Welcome back to the Chaos List, episode 18. Got the usual suspects at hand, and we got Mr. Baldman Bad, number one, sitting there.
Doodle-doo.
Welcome to the show. Glad to have you guys. So, first, we're going to start it off, and I'm going to let you guys tell us where we can find you. So, Chris Knight, go ahead.
I'm Chris Knight. Real Review 3000 is where you can find me. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. Also, the chaoscentral.com, the brainchild of me and one other person we will not mention anymore. And kind of went to the YouTube thing, and that's where we're at now. We're at Big Afford Entertainment and on Chaos Central on YouTube. I won't even go into the crazy, whatever the address for it is, because we need to get our vanity address, so I don't have to say it's youtube.com/32QB86721894B8XYZ or whatever it is. I don't know. It's real crazy.
Something like that.
It sounded like that trigonometry that Danny doesn't like.
It
Oh,
is
it's definitely trigonometry.
Makes my brain hurt.
sorry. I'm telling people they gotta go and they gotta sub to Chaos
No,
Central.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about that trigonometry reference that John was using.
Doodle-doo. I burn his brain.
And, the problem? Now, John, tell the people where they can find you.
Don't tell me what to do. You can
will.
because
I'm the host.
You can. Yes, you are my supervisor today.
And I got a quick trigger finger too, so Phantom Zone
Oh, my Lord.
quicker
no,
than Danny.
I always forget about the Phantom Zone so fast. So as
you in the Phantom Zone.
As you can see, I leave my I can't figure out my sides yet. My handle is right here. Find me on Twitter. I usually just retweet a lot of people. I don't do a ton of my own original thoughts. I have recently been playing through Destroy All Humans with my girlfriend. We've made a few videos. That's a lot of fun, but you can usually find me every week, as long as everything goes right, at Operation Babel, my weekly podcast with my co-host, who's actually the host, at Mike Shrews. So check them out, and hopefully we've had Chris on, and we intend to have the two Dark Knights here come on at some point. So
Dark Knights, I like
instead
that.
of the Chris Knights, I want the two Dark
Only
Knights.
one Dark Knight, actually. That's my production company, so get that out of your mind.
Oh, DC would like to have a word with you, sir.
I don't give a fuck what DC wants. Get their movies in order first.
Fair enough.
You make a name for yourself with that, and you'll see how quick they'll care about you, bro.
It's not a name for itself, but it's not anything they can touch because it's not anything to do with them.
And Mr. Comic Chat, Danny Graham, tell the people where they can find you, please.
How you doing? My name is Danny. On YouTube, you can find me at Comic Chat. I'm on a lot of good shows. I'm with a lot of good people. Tonight, I'm here with my boy Anzo on his show. Last night was my show. I think we did the movies of 2006. Upcoming shows will be this Saturday, where we're doing Square One, which is totally different from anything we do during the week. It is a sports show. I was just looking at some of the stuff. I don't think Dak Prescott's going to make his franchise tag deadline, but we'll discuss that on Saturday.
How about them Redskins?
Trash.
Also on Sundays, I'm on twice, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and again on 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. First show is Rule of Three with me, Chris, and Anzo. Then 2 hours later at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can find me with Anzo, John right here to my left, and also Terrence. And we talk about mainly Stargirl, which for some magical reason is on tonight on my TV. I don't know why the hell it's on. Because usually CW doesn't show that kind of stuff. So I gotta watch that when I get off of here. But and of course you can find me on Robert Storm's Live just about every night. So it makes for a long night. So please, you can't watch all the shows. I know you can't watch all the shows, but please find one or two that you like and be loyal, faithful followers to it, because we definitely want and need your support.
That's absolutely right. And I'm on most of the channels and shows that Danny said, so no need for me to get into that. So you guys know my channel is Big Afford Entertainment, so I'd appreciate it if you guys hit the subscribe button, the like button, subscribe to everyone on the panel so that we can get to where we want to go and keep giving you guys some good content. And I want to say what's up to True Skills in the house. Ninja is in the house.
And from dishonest moves.
Let me get my phone charger. I'll be right back.
Oh, why is everybody running away?
Because you smell bad.
Yeah. God damn it. Can I say, first of all, Anzo froze on my screen, so it's hilarious. Second, I gotta say, I'm a little pissed off. I want to talk about the elephant in the room right now. My background is not as cool as your guys's, and I feel like either you guys let me down or I let you down, and I'm not sure.
You said you want to be a part of the group. You said you couldn't commit, therefore you don't get the background.
Baby, I'm an individual.
I'm an individual. I'm an individual.
Oh, we lost our host. Guys, it's over. Show's over.
No.
Everyone, thanks for coming in. We'll see you next week. Very awesome.
Anzo, do me a favor. Put this guy down here, down there in the phantom zone, please.
What did I miss? What did he say?
I was like, our host bailed out. Apparently the show's over. We'll be back next week. Nailed it.
Yes, it's like all day everything's fine, and then as soon as I get on, boom, internet problem. So it is what it is. All right, guys, so you know how the show goes. We give up some topics. I got 3 topics. I actually have another honorable mention this week. So first we're going to start it off with the honorable mention, and I will just share this.
No.
You say no doubt for Danny? Come on now.
No.
Damn late and shit.
Oh, no.
Boom. Honorable mention. 10-hour stream. Come on, chat. Now, do you want to see Mr. Comment Chat, a.k.a. Danny Graham, do a 10-hour stream of Equilibrium?
Yes.
You can start this off, Chris.
Yes, absolutely. It's imperative that every good YouTuber gets at least one 10-hour stream done in their life. And this would be a perfect opportunity for them to do it.
I agree with you 100%. Plus, we got a show, it's picking up steam. 10 hours, Danny?
Mm-mm.
What about you, John? Tell me you don't want to see that.
I believe that me and Terrence said we could probably do a 24-hour.
Yeah.
So I think 10 is aiming low, and let's be fair, we all just want to see Danny be miserable talking to all of us. So I think 10 hours is pure, true content.
I love all y'all guys, but I'm not giving you 10 hours of my life.
I even said if I got to 5,000 subscribers, I'll figure out the date. But when I get to 5,000 subscribers, if it's within a certain date and time, I will do a 72-hour stream.
You said 72? I can't even count that high.
Start at 1. Say it with 3 days.
I love to see that. I don't see you doing that.
I got to teach him how to do this. Count. Ready? 1, 72. Done.
Yeah,
I don't have all 72. My fingers.
But you see this?
I will sit in front of a camera for 3 days.
You look at this one. We got Ninja saying yes. He's saying do it in his Palpatine voice.
Do it. His lightning was strong enough to take down a space armada, but couldn't melt 2 fucking lightsaber hilts. What a bitch.
I'm definitely gonna
being in the universe.
Shout out to the creamy Sheev himself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely gonna have an honorable mention every week. This one came up to me like 10 minutes before we had to come on, so I'll have another one for you next week, Danny. Don't worry.
No.
I'll jump on that 24-hour stream for sure. Then think about it. It'll go by like that. And what makes you think I can't do 72 hours?
John and Terrence for 24 hours. Hell no.
Man, come on.
At some point, you're going to have to pick up your son, bro.
No, my son will walk to work on that day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Chris will be driving for about 12 hours of that 20. That's 72 hours.
Never know. Hey, I got a phone. As long as it just keeps rolling.
All right, guys. So we're gonna get into the first topic that we have here.
All right.
Well, it's hot right there, boy.
Decided to do a little something different with the backgrounds, you know.
Yep.
Did anybody else notice that you put a cute animated girl and a cute girl on the screen, and Danny's like,
you like that?
I gotta get my glasses on. He's like,
he put his glasses on right away. Have any of you guys watched Doom Patrol?
I can't see nothing there. Before I'm at the Sonic Man.
For this show, I actually have only seen trailers. I didn't hear great things, but I will argue this is one of those first times where I would, the internet can call me whatever they want. I'm gonna take the SJW side and say I would actually like to see some more female Green Lanterns, because we see a lot of aliens. I don't know necessarily if any of them are female. And then really the only ones we really know are Sapphire from the Pink Legion or whatever. And I don't know. I'd like to see a female. I probably don't give a toss about the DC animated movie, because I don't think the universe they've had lately is particularly that great.
DC?
Yeah, I really like one. No, to be fair, I really like Flashpoint. Which one?
Dark Side's War.
See, my problem is that was overtly gory, and I felt like Flashpoint towed that line really, really well. And this new one, the latest one, really went a little too far. It's like it really, really wants to be a little bit more aggressive than I'm used to. And that might be just me being old. I would have to say, if I had to pick a DC animated film that I think is like spectacular and like over the top awesome, would be Doom, the one with Batman having a contingency plan for everyone, but also Flashpoint is fucking fantastic. But I didn't see this one, and I also saw Batman and the Turtles team up movie, and that was pretty garbage. But this character, I'm like, I would be down. I've seen enough Doom Patrol. I think the actress is really solid. And I mean, fucking good on you, DC, that she wants to stay in house. So you must be doing something relatively right. If an actress feels comfortable saying, hey, I want to keep playing DC characters, I want to stick around, let's do this. So seems like she'd give a shit. So I'm like, why not? I'll fucking watch it. I like Green Lantern lore.
So I'll read the question, because I didn't get to read the question.
Oh yeah, sorry. I already read it when you sent it to me earlier, so I had my answer
ready. I know, and I was just asking if you guys seen Doom Patrol, but it says Doom Patrol star wants to take on Jessica Cruz. So if Doom Patrol star Diane Guerrero gets her way, the next DC role she'll get to play will be as Jessica Cruz version of the Green Lantern. Jessica Cruz, Green Lantern. That's my next DC character, just to put it out there. Guerrero says in the tweet, so would you like to see her as Jessica Cruz?
Yeah.
So we got we got John's opinion. Let's go with Chris. What do you think, Chris?
And I'm wearing green, bitches.
Yeah. I think this will work out just fine. And, when John goes and pulls the SJW thing into it, I don't buy the SJW or either side of it. Here's the deal.
It was totally a joke.
I know it was. So I'm still calling you out on the bullshit, okay? That's
fair enough.
I'm the bullshit expert here. You don't do that.
No.
The fact of the matter is that if it's done right, I don't care who plays the part. I was talking about it on a movie talk today, about just because you change the characters, gender swap them, race swap them, whatever you want to call it. Just because you do that, I'm not going to call you out and say, oh, this is just pandering to such and such demographic or such and such group. I'm not going to say that, because if you do it right, I'm going to be fine with it. And here's the thing. There's a history of this. Green Lanterns aren't a person. It's not a person. It's not a individual. It is a group. And there are many and there have been females, there have been males, there's been all of that. So I don't see the problem in this. If they can come up with a good concept for this, if the treatment is done right, then yeah, why not? The more the DC goes and tries to revive something like the Green Lantern series and work maybe eventually towards another try at a movie, God forbid they screw it up again, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the exploration of all of this, all of the DC universe, because like I said, the DC group is my favorite between DC and Marvel. I just like Marvel's product right now because it's got some connective tissue from one to the next, so it fits together better than what DC is doing. But as long as DC is consistently trying to fix things from within and continue to move forward with new stuff, I'm on board with it. I'll just call I'll call it crap when it's crap. You know,
I'm absolutely on board with it too, because I actually watched Doom Patrol, and I think she's one of the best parts of that show, man. She's really good. Like, she has to play I can't remember how many
2 or 3
personalities. Yeah, she has a ton of personalities inside of her, so she has to play them constantly. She's a very good actress. I think she was also in Jane the Virgin and some other stuff. So yeah, man, if she's down to play Jessica Cruz, why not? You know, we're gonna have a Green Lantern series coming up. They can start her off in that. You know, put her as a cameo in that one. You know, she'll have maybe a season or a couple episodes, and then if it picks up, give her own series. I'm definitely down for that. Danny?
Yeah, I want to see it too. I'm gonna piggyback pretty much off everything y'all said. As long as it got a good treatment, as long as the actress is knows the material and is competent, I don't have an issue with it. I hope it's not I hope if when they do it, it's not gonna be any kind of agenda based thing. And if it is, I'll still watch it.
I just don't want it to be Batwoman in green, you know?
Yeah, and that's what I mean.
Mhm.
I'll call their crap when it happens. I'm not going to call it crap before I know. When I first watched the Batwoman trailer, when they first released it, there were some parts I'm like, that wasn't necessary. But when I watched it, I was, this looks good. I'm excited about this. Hopefully this goes well. We all know where that went.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll put it this way again. I'll drop it one last time, because I really like to reiterate. I like when actors genuinely give a shit about trying to be a character. Like, don't get me wrong, I think the Aquaman film is terrible, but the fact that Jason Momoa wanted to give a good performance for that character or whatever, or like you know, they're or like when Andrew Garfield wanted to be Spider-Man, at least you knew you were gonna get a 100% performance. It's not their fault that the script they had was garbage. That's where I'm at. I want passion.
One of the best examples of that is Ryan Reynolds and his drive to bring the fans what Deadpool was.
They wanted.
Yeah.
He apologized himself about the crap that they did in the X-Men and the Wolverine.
He killed his own character in the credit sequence.
Exactly.
Yep.
So anytime that happens, I'm right on board with you, John. That is a great thing. Ownership of something, saying, I want that.
Yep.
Because that means normally, let's put it in the other end of it with Captain Marvel and what Brie Larson said. She said, I don't know. I didn't read any of it. I don't know who the character is. I'm just going to play this character.
Don't invoke her name. A line from Nick Fury from Far From Home, guys. Come on.
I know, but what I mean,
not Nick Fury. Nick Fury.
Yeah, but
Far From Home sucked too.
Two different things. You know, you get an okay movie because somebody plays a part, or you get a best performance you can get because somebody wanted to be.
I agree.
And if they want to play that role, they're going to get a passion. They're going to have a passion for it, right? So they're going to go out there and try to do the best acting job they can do. So no matter if the script is bad, at least you can say, well, this actor came out and he tried his best with what he had. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely down for it.
It's so funny. Like, I love how you worded that, because it was funny. I just finished a conversation with Hannah. We were talking about Terminator 2. I think it's my favorite fucking action film ever of all time, and probably one of the greatest sequels ever made. Robert, I believe its name is Robert Patrick, who played the T-1000. His passion showed in that performance because apparently, they bring him the script, right? And it's, hey, you're murderous robot, cold, deadly robot. That's what you are. Some other person just be like, cool, they'll give me the costume and I'll just play like deadpan and nothing, deliver everything cold. No, this guy like really cared. Apparently he came to James Cameron and was like, I'd really like to train with guns and stuff so I don't blink when I fire a gun. And I go, we need actors with that kind of passion where it's like, I don't care what your role is, you want to show up and nail it. And when when an actress like that goes, I want to play this character, I go, even if she ends up being terrible, which would suck, obviously, at least I know she gave it her best shot. So that's where I'm at. I just want people to give a shit about what they do. Like, you know what I mean?
No, I agree with you too. And that's one of the reasons why I say Spider-Man 3 was so bad. Because after all the studio involvement, he lost his passion. Had to.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He had to have lost his passion. It was like not what he wanted to do. So it's just like, fuck it. Let me just do what you guys want me to do and take it from there, So
we'll get it out there.
Better to
I feel like
so I don't like when Hollywood picks out people because they fit a persona. They're like, oh, well, we need more of this type of person in there. And they go get that actor for this part instead of looking for the actor who really fits the part or the actor who really fits the part. They don't do that enough anymore. And that's kind of the same thing. If they really paid attention to who they're putting in these parts more, then I'm sorry, no matter how bad the writing is, it at least gives the show somewhat of a chance. Writing's a big part of it, but
I would make the argument that it's really annoying that Hollywood forgot that all of these jobs were specific jobs: script writer, screenplay writer, continuity, like script supervisor, and casting director. I am sorry, there are casting directors out there that deserve to have their name thrown out there for what they've done. The MCU is a great example. The Lord of the Rings original trilogy is a perfect example of superb, untouched casting. It's beautiful. And I just think they want to streamline everything so bad and get everything shot, filmed, canned, and distributed within a year or two that they don't care about the craft anymore. They care about just pumping them out and getting whatever little bit of dollars they can get rather than having longevity. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, it's all about the dollars, to be honest with you, though. You know what I mean?
Sad, so and hopefully it goes back the other way. It'll be nice when artists can have 2 or 3 years to do. Because I heard Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse took like 3 or 4 years. Greatest Showman with Hugh Jackman and stuff. There was rumors that took 7 years to get that done, between talks and casting and music and all that stuff. So, and now look at it, people love that shit. Like they adore it.
People misinterpret 2 things. One, when a movie or something takes longer than a year and a half or 2 years, and then it goes 5 years, they start using the word development hell. It's not necessarily just because it's taking a while doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It just means somebody says, wait, we're not going to press the gas on. Let's put crews on. Let's find the right people. Let's get the right people in the right place. Let's find the right locations, right actors, actresses. And when that happens, it takes time. A movie doesn't get made in a day. It gets made over a long period of time. And
look, here's a joke. Well, hopefully it's a joke. Maybe it's enlightening, and not to make a pun early. You know the idiom or the phrase "lightning in a bottle." Let's be fair. If you're going to try and catch lightning in a bottle, you're probably going to have to stand there for a very long amount of time. You can't fake it. And nowadays I feel like people are going outside and Hollywood is building 50 lightning rods around a glass bucket rather than actually having somebody standing out there trying to catch that lightning.
There's also another saying called "you got to strike while the iron is hot," so that's what they're looking at too. So it's a double-edged sword. How long
Exactly.
you wait for lightning to strike, or how long you're going to do it while things hot? Because we live in a world now, especially in Hollywood, that if you don't use your window of opportunity, then something new, something better, something quicker is going to take your spot. So that's why some of them are doing it.
I
Only
want
case, let's talk
and
about movies taking a long time. Look at James Cameron Avatar 2. I mean, that's going
Avatar.
on what,
yep.
10 years now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it, it's gonna be freaking fantastic when it comes out because he has definitely stood there trying to make lightning in a bottle, but he's not gonna do it for the one main reason why he did it back then. Well, two main reasons why Avatar was the king is because it stayed in the theaters forever,
Mm-hmm.
and two, it was mainly themed with 3D, which you charge about $3 to $4 more with 3D, so it made more money per showing per view.
Yeah.
3D now is a thing of the past in the movies, unless he reinvigorates whenever his movie comes back out. So I don't think he's going to recreate that lightning in the bottle, and he
Yep.
definitely wait too long because the iron is definitely cold now.
Yeah.
So you gotta. That's why these movie
Yeah.
theaters are saying, "Look, you gotta push this out," and that's why Marvel is successful. They found the perfect cookie cutter movie and formula, and they're doing it.
Well, not only that. I mean, think
Next
about like
time they
Captain
do it,
Marvel wasn't even
they're making
an
$1 billion.
established character. Captain Marvel wasn't even an established character in the MCU, and it still broke the bill. And it's because they knew, let's do that coming off of Infinity War and moving into Endgame. That movie was not going to do poorly,
I agree,
no
but
matter
they-
what.
Kevin Feige found the recipe, the master
Yeah.
recipe. Part of it is the logo. If you put that logo on any movie, Marvel,
Oh
like
yeah.
we're gonna say this, you're gonna get half $500 million right there off the front.
Let's just be honest when you say Kevin Feige and stuff. Look, and when you say, Captain Marvel wasn't an established character, you're right. But look at what they started that whole series with. Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
Iron
Man was a big character.
But Iron Man is he wasn't in the forefront in the comics. Captain Marvel is actually relatively hated in the comic book realm, though. That's the difference.
I see, maybe he was B character to y'all, but he's one of the main characters I always collected when I was a little boy.
But he's not one of the forefront characters. And Captain Marvel's actually pretty much hated in the comic book realm.
He's not one of the forefront. He's not one of the forefront characters, but his power is something in today's time could be seen as possibly being realistic.
Well, not only that, but to be endeared, he's a self-made hero, like a Batman. He's got a ton of fucking money, but it's his character and the things that he goes through and how he uses that money that makes him hopefully endearing or in some way like somebody to be admired.
They picked the right character to portray Tony Stark.
Oh, and yes, Poe, Aquaman is trash.
I'm not a big fan of Aquaman. I won't say
them both to the Phantom Zone.
Oh no, I have a wonderful commentary that I will point people to.
Poe saying Aquaman is trash. Just going through the comments here.
It has a drumming squid.
Poe didn't say it was trash. He said you said it was trash.
Yeah, he was making fun of me. He's like, "What? You said that?" I'm like, "Yes, it is. It's a big pile of doo doo."
No, it's really not trash though.
It's super doo doo. There's literally a cosplay scene, and Mr. Big Forehead Man gets a super soaker. It's a literal super soaker on an island. They put water in the laser, and then he shoots the laser, and then he doesn't even bother with keeping the laser. He makes his dumb suit with it. Actually, his suit was kind of okay. But
before we get on to the next topic, we'll answer this question from Niner Zeno. Which Predator is better in your opinion, Predator or Predator 2?
Easily one, but 2 was a decent sequel.
I love 2, but 1's my favorite.
I'm going with 2.
I can't imagine why we picked the one we picked.
Why?
I do love me.
It looks like that, eh?
You know what I'm saying?
Danny picked the one. Yeah, me and Danny picked the one with the black guy. You guys picked
It
the one
is
with the
really
white guy.
funny though.
Yeah, we need to send. I think you're right, Danny. We need to send them to the fan.
John Waters was in the first one. We had Apollo Creed in the first one. Come on. I can't remember his name. The guy with the minigun who pulled the minigun.
Danny Glover just stole the show to me on that one.
Yeah,
it's
so
pretty
did I.
good. It's long, dude. We just watched it like a couple of weeks ago. It feels really long, and they do the exact same things from the first one, but like
they take everything from the first one and they change the location, but that location change literally makes
the movie.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the best part about
it. I like the location change.
Yes, no, and that's what I'm saying. It's like it's so easy to follow because you know the movie, but it's the difference in where it's at that changes the feel. Yeah. It's amazing the difference. So.
But I feel like the reason why the second one suffers is because it doesn't feel as fleshed out. Mostly because the first one had this weird like 3-part system where it was like the first one was this military mission and we had all this explosion and craziness and action, something you expected from an Arnold Schwarzenegger film at the time. And then you get into the second part where it's them methodically just running through the jungle and something's picking them off. Mm-hmm. And you get to see the characters talk and see like, you know, because I really like Billy, the Native American guy who's a really good tracker. Mm-hmm. Everybody had something to do in that film. Everybody contributed. And even the girl who doesn't necessarily do quote unquote anything.
I ain't got no time to bleed.
I love it. I fucking love it. Yeah. So many good one-liners too, man. And but like with the girl being unarmed, it shows that this is he's only hunting things that he views as a threat. The threads go through really well, and somebody called it one of the best slasher films ever made. And I go, ever since somebody said that, I've looked at that film in a different light ever since, because I think it's one of the most clever films that I've seen in the sci-fi genre. Because not only does it give a really cool motivation for an alien, but it also makes it a slasher film where all the characters that are being killed off and hunted, they're not stupid and they're not making stupid decisions. They're the smartest, best of the best characters, and they're still not being able to.
Everything you just said now is why I'm a fan of Predators.
I love both films. But I think the first one is so fucking solid. The second one runs a little bit long.
No, I'm not saying Predator 2. I'm saying Predators, the third one.
Predators, the third one, yeah.
With like Adrian Brody and all that nonsense?
Yeah.
That was a good concept that was executed really poorly.
I don't think it was. I like that movie. They brought them to their, I don't know if it's their home world, but it's their hunting ground. They had to survive. And he figured that out. When you find another world like that has oxygen on it, they can survive.
I'd be more than willing to talk about that film in depth because we went through the entire franchise. We went through like AVP and all that stuff.
That movie, I don't like the AVPs, but that movie.
I like the first one. The second one's like gory.
I like the first one pretty too.
I think the first one's fine. I wish it would have been R. I would actually like to seen some people get a little more fucked up, even though I'm not a big war guy.
I like parts of it, but when the xenomorphs start beating the predators, I lost interest.
I just like the idea.
You don't think it's possible for a xenomorph to beat a predator?
Fuck no, they got too much technology.
Come on, xenomorphs are badass.
They're damn right. They're a lot smarter than you think they are, man.
Okay, I'm not saying they're intelligent, but these suckers got 7 different spans of vision. They can. How the hell they gonna sneak up on them?
But the whole point was they remember. Don't forget, every 10 minutes the maze changed itself, so they're being thrown into something.
Yeah, but still they got
changing. Like the whole point is they're supposed to make it difficult for themselves.
I know, but they're still good. Without the guns, I say okay, they're more even. But with those laser guns and all the technology,
only one of them ever got the laser gun.
Don't forget. I'm saying that they had to get to the place where the guns are at. That was part of the hunt too.
All right,
so they didn't get that. But then the girl gave them the gun.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was saying that black girl gave them. They found the guns first.
You mean a black female lead in a film that didn't exist? Danny, you're a liar.
Yeah. And then she gave the Predator the gun, and then when he put the gun on, he was a whole different character. Then he
We need
made
to do
that
an
damn shield with the Xenomorph's head to keep her from getting burned by the acid, and he made a shield out the tail.
That was dope. Or the head. It was his head.
The head.
Yeah.
And, I'm just saying. I feel like we're getting we're having the extended speech music played. But guys, can we talk about maybe doing a Predator and an Aliens podcast where we watch all the old films and the new films and talk about why the new ones are kind of shit?
We can do that.
And the new Predator movie,
I have no problem with that.
They're going after autism, dude. They ruined the lore of the Predators.
That was kind of crazy.
Sucks.
All right, guys. So topic number 2 on the corner is Super Mario for the NES.
Mario?
For
Who the hell is Mario?
Mario. Are you happy now?
Yes, he literally says, "It's a me, I'm Mario. It's a me."
Yes, I'm not Italian though.
Yeah, you Canadian.
So
what are you talking about?
Exactly. An original sealed copy of Super Mario Bros. Was just purchased at an auction for over $100K. The classic Nintendo Entertainment game now holds the record for the highest selling video game ever at an auction. The 1985 cartridge is still in original shrink wrap and went to an anonymous bidder for $114K this past Friday. Do you think this is too much for a sealed NES game? And do you wish you had?
That means my copy that I played once that I have over there is worth half of that.
Which one?
I have.
What are you gonna say?
I have 3. Well, actually, I have 4 copies of Super Mario Brothers. One with Duck Hunt, which is, I guess, extremely rare nowadays. I don't know. And then I have 3 copies, 2 of which have been played to hell, and one that when I got my NES when I was a kid. I actually played it and put it up because I got Duck Hunt, and so I just played it off of that one. So I have a copy over there that's probably been played once. It's out of its wrapping, but it looks brand new still.
I think this
that means I can get 552 or 52,500 for it, or something.
I think he don't know what to do with his money. I damn sure wouldn't buy no damn game.
Yeah, right.
For $100,000.
Well, let's okay. So this is difficult because it's really funny. I have this conversation with a lot of friends because I used to collect, because everybody makes fun of collectors at some point, right? And it's either the fact that they collect in the first place or it's what they collect. We have always learned that everything is only worth what somebody is willing to pay for it. You know what I mean? And I don't know how you could ever justify $114,000 for this thing that most likely. Well, let's be fair. If the person had the money to spend, they probably have an original working Nintendo that they could probably play it with, but they're not going to take it out of the fucking shrink wrap. That's why they bought it. They're going to frame it and put it up somewhere and be like, I'm mecha nerd. Check out my prowess. And I don't know. It's always really difficult because everybody knows that when you hit a certain tax bracket, you do make a couple of monetary decisions that might be a little stupid. Like, I'm down in the lower, but like, if I got a new job or I got a raise where I'm making an extra 10 grand a year, I'm probably going to buy a lot more top shelf meat. I'm probably going to buy a couple more fillets rather than buying, some flank steak or something.
Spam.
You know what I mean?
What's in your pantry right now is all spam. I've seen it.
How dare you? First of all, never, because I went to the museum. Spam. I know how that shit gets made, and 2, it's way too salty. Tastes like cat.
Love spam.
I mean, I'm saying he's a collector, right? Because you'd have to be some sort of collector to spend that much. So maybe he has a bunch of Super Nintendo games that are not opened, and he figured he needed this one for his collection.
And what do you do with that?
You stare at it, you be happy, and you show it to people.
You give it to your kids.
Why do people buy Funko Pops, Chris? Like, my whole thing is that if he and it's an anonymous person, it's probably fucking Bill Gates. I
understand why Bill Gates.
But you know what I mean. It's an idea that like probably the person who spent the $114,000 was probably $114 to that person.
To them, yeah, you're probably right.
But like me, if I saw like an original, I don't know. I actually don't even know what my fandom is anymore because everything's let me down so hard lately. But I remember going to Planet Hollywood when I was a kid. Again, I'll bring it back to Terminator 2. They had an Arnold Schwarzenegger figurine that was like 18 inches tall and had, like his guns and all this cool shit. And he had like a button on his back, like Woody style, like not the pull string, but the button. And he got to say a bunch of stuff. I'm telling you right now, if I bought that for, I think it was probably $40 or $50 in a KB toy store at the Mall of America in Minneapolis. Mm-hmm. Now, my age now, I'm old as fuck. If that toy happened to pop up on eBay for $100, I'm not going to lie, I would consider buying it. It's because I love that movie that much. I think that toy is fucking cool, and I don't even know if I'd play with it. I'd probably put it on a shelf and stare at it. I can
justify that, and you're absolutely right. This $114,000 is $114.
It's insane, but for that person, it might.
Because I mean, I've got stuff here. Here. Okay, so this was made here in Kansas City. This thing was made here in Kansas City where I live, and I put this thing together when I was a child, and it drove me nuts.
And so you had to put it together. I don't have to put together the toy. I just
no. I'm not going to put this together. I wanted it for the box and everything because it's got the cool back of it and all that. But I bought it because it's a collection. I'm buying it to collect it, and it was like $45, even though originally it probably sold for $10.
Well, exactly. I went to a pawn shop one time, man, and I regret not buying it. But they had a basketball, Spurs championship basketball, signed by Robert Horry for $250.
Look at Danny, there he goes. That square one is leaking in here.
It does. All our shows leak into this in one way or another.
Yeah, it was $250, and I said I was gonna buy it, and I kept saying I was gonna buy it, and then I didn't buy it. Then all of a sudden, it's gone. So.
I've got stuff.
Good for you, Hanzo.
I've got stuff that's signed by Hank Stram, the guy that won the first Super Bowl for the Kansas City Chiefs, and I got stuff that's collectible. But
one thing I collect,
John's right.
The money in is basketball cards. And
so
thank God I bought some Kobe's about 10 years ago.
Well, some basketball cards are nice.
Well, I'll even tell you.
I know, Ghost. Tell them again.
Like Pokemon cards. I mean, that was something like if you had the original like 151 back in the day when the card game was really soaring, you could sell a binder for $100,000.
You know what? You know what's hot now? I never thought would be them damn Garbage Pail Kid cards.
Yep.
I've got a bunch of those.
Oh my god!
And the toys and the tattoos and again, you got to remember when you have fandoms that big, like things like Mario, you have years and years and years of merchandise. So not only can you get like older stuff, but then you have the newer stuff. So it's not only just here's the cream de la crap that you throw right at the top, and then you have all the stuff that you buy afterwards. I mean, why do you think the Nintendo Classic got made that had all the games on it? It's because this shit is beloved and
retro. Mm-hmm.
And I get it. We look at them like they're crazy, but like I would be a guy who would look at somebody forever buying a brand new car is crazy. I go, why would you ever buy a brand new vehicle? Like, and they would go, well, because it's brand new. I go, well, it doesn't necessarily mean it's the best made. You could buy a Toyota 10 years from now and it comes off the line and it has faulty brakes or the engine doesn't work or whatever. But if I buy a used car, I know how many miles are on it. I can check VIN numbers. I can see their history. Maybe that's a smarter move. Like I said, if you are knowledgeable or you care about something, the best line I can always say, something is only worth what somebody is willing to pay for it. It's that simple. Like I have Game of Thrones fucking figurines that I bought from Walgreens and Barnes and Noble and bought out for like the con exclusives. And guess what? That show ended in a really shitty way and nobody gives a fuck about those toys no more. So I'm sitting on a cardboard box of garbage.
I was handed the original pack that they gave out to people for Magic the Gathering. If it were unsealed today, it's worth like $100,000. And there's only like 2 or 3 known to existence that's not been opened. These things were handed out by the card collectors or your back then it was hobby shops and stuff like that. They were handed out for free. Hey guys, look, and you buy a comic book and they'd be like, here, have a Magic the Gathering starter set because this is this new thing. We don't know what's going to happen with it, but here, just take it. And now those cards are gone because everybody just either threw it away, opened them up, and like, I don't know how this works. And then I honestly thought when it first started that it was never going to take off. And then as these tabletop game things started happening, and we actually got these hobby shops that really focused on those things. You have around here, we have something called Vintage Stock. They used to put out the long 8-foot banquet tables and like 30 of them if they could fit them in their stores, and then they'd have people in there for like 3 hours a night playing these games. And now, I mean, these things are just crazy. So yeah, I mean, I understand the point. I don't know if it's too much because I'm not sure if any of us can actually put down what is too much for something like this.
Yeah,
$117,000 is too damn much for a game.
Like John said, if he saw it on eBay for $100, he'd buy that T2. That T2.
Bro,
it's
really
$100
is more.
It's ratio. It's a ratio.
Yeah. If you seen a Michael Jordan championship basketball for $250, you wouldn't buy it?
Fuck no.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Really? I don't buy it.
Look, bro.
Yeah,
I don't buy that you wouldn't buy it.
Let me tell you this. I love Michael Jordan. I think he is the greatest ever. But loving Michael Jordan does not pay my fucking bills. My family and our survivor during this crisis is what is my main priority. So
Okay, fine. We're not in crisis. We're not in crisis. And
on no damn basketball. That $250 can go towards my grandson's tuition or something that we need in the house. No, I feel that. Well, you can call me broke, whatever the fuck you want to call me. I don't care. Ghostfire. I ain't spending that kind of money on that shit.
No, see, my argument is that we're under the assumption that it wouldn't inconvenience you, but you'd feel happy that you bought it, but you'd also go, I probably paid too much.
I'm gonna tell you what I feel comfortable in.
But you'd buy
Michael Jordan rookie card.
You'd buy it. Come
on,
I know
man. That's worth $4,000. I know it's worth $4,000, but some sucker said, I'll give it to you for $100. I would do that because I would immediately turn around and quadruple or whatever the name is for that. I would do that.
I'm talking more like something that you truly care about and something that you would stare at every day or just enjoy. Here, I'll be. You guys talk about yourself. I'm gonna be right back.
I'm a watch collector. I only wear Invicta. There is a Joker watch that I want now. It is about $350, and I look at that thing about every day and say, "Damn, I really want that watch? Do I really want? I want it. I want it bad." But then my common sense say, "Damn, Danny, do you need a $350 watch when you already got 10 Invictus?"
Yeah,
so I'm like, no.
I get it, but let's say you had $10 million at your disposal.
Now, if I got 10 million, hell yeah, I might do that. I don't have 10 million.
I'll be right back on.
Yeah, no problem. Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe this guy has a plethora of money to where.
Okay, he got it. More power to him. But
let me throw this out here, and at this point we've all gotten our points across. But I want to tell a little anecdote, and I may have done this on somebody else's stream, and I can't remember. But it's actually relatively poignant because the Batman animated movie, The Mask of the Phantasm, came out on Netflix about a month or so ago. One of the coolest. I mean, come on, man. The 90s Batman animated shit is fire. So there was a toy that, sorry, spoilers, if you haven't seen it, I'm about to spoil the fucking show if you haven't seen it. But there was a toy that, all those toys were awesome. They were like $5 or $7 or whatever, depending on who the character was at a KB Toys or at a, Toys R Us and all that shit. So I was with my grandma, and we ended up at the mall, and super frugal people, like, wouldn't even give me a quarter ever to even get like sticky hands because it's obviously a waste of money. But they love pull tabs, so hypocrites. Love you, grandma. But we found the toy that nobody could find anywhere because we lived in a small town. They had the most coveted toy. And I go, can you give me $5 so I can buy this? Mom and Dad will pay you back. It'll be a whole thing. We can just get it. They'll probably wrap it up, give it to me for Christmas. I never got it because she wouldn't give me the money. And I'm not going to lie, shitty child. I resented her for many, 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 many years. And I went on eBay, and this was like a $7 toy. I spent $20 on eBay, which obviously is not an outlandish amount of money, but for something that I don't intend to actually play with or do anything with, I spent an inflated amount of money. And if anybody would like to see, here you are. There you go. The character, the actual Phantasm character. I found it on eBay, still in the box. Even has the $5.99 sticker on it still. I paid $20 for it. I paid $20 for it. This thing is it hangs on a nail in our living room so I can stare at it every day. And my plan is, let's be fair, the smart thing would be for me to never procreate. But if I ever have a child, that'll be the only time I ever allow this toy to be ripped out of the box after we watch all of the Batman animated films and TV show. That's the only way that works. And but I mean, if that thing would have been
either, because if it potentially might be worse, because I didn't realize these He-Man action figures. Man, the He-Man action figure is ridiculous.
Oh, I still got those and his stupid tiger friend. I can't remember his name. And I have the original 4 Ninja Turtles in their boxes from the animated run in the 90s, the like goofy generic version. I have a lot of weird toys randomly floating around, mostly because my parents were smart enough they would buy the toy for Christmas, and then my dad would buy a secondary toy and keep it in a box because he's like, I think this is going to be worth something. I bought a fucking Turbo Man. If anybody's ever seen Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger,
yeah.
We paid $90 for a fucking Turbo Man doll.
Well, you never know. That's the thing. You never know with these things. It may end up being worth something. You know what I mean? Like if I had known I had every single He-Man toy, and I was going through a list where they were talking about all these He-Man toys, and I was like, oh God, my God, I have that. It was like $5,000. I had that. I had this. Man, I have all of them.
Excuse me. I have access to pretty much all the original Star Trek, or not Star Trek, but Star Wars toys from the original movies and stuff. The Death Star, all of that stuff. I have somebody, my cousins basically, and I talked to one of my cousins, and he said, "Yeah, we're not going to do anything with it. If you want it, take it." So I got to get with my uncle about that. But I'm going to put that up in my place because it's original stuff. I've got some of the original G.I. Joe stuff. I've got GoBot stuff, and I know GoBots is not the thing. Yeah,
Turbo Man, really?
Yeah. Oh, I know my girl is fucking wifey, dude. She bought me this for Christmas. It fucking
oh shit!
Fucking turns the jetpack on. Fucking
don't he say something?
Turbo time. Turbo time.
They should have had it in Arnold's voice. That would have been cool.
This shit is great, dude. And I love the movie. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies.
Jingle All the Way?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite Christmas movies. It cost us $90 to get this. And even Michael, who's an avid, my co-host on Apparition Babble, he is obsessed with toys. He doesn't even have one with the jetpack on it. I got the one with the jetpack on it. And but see but Anzo, like you were saying, I agree. But the best part is like, if you're a collector, you're at a point where you're trying to buy stuff for the sake of maybe flipping it, but at the same time, when you actually buy shit that you care about, it's like, well, even if I don't sell it, at least I get to like decorate my house with it, or
I'm about to flip it, bro.
I'm sorry, I like it, man. It's
flip it down, sell it down. Oh no!
I'll be like a 5-year-old watching the movie, going, "Yes, it is Turbo time."
Right, and the thing is, imagine like, let's say now, if we had something, you know what I mean? It's worth like this game, $100,000, $100K, right? $100,000. Now, let's say you drop that down to your kids, and they gave it down to their kids. You know what I mean? That just is going to keep tripling and going up in price.
Hopefully. I mean, it's like,
hopefully, right.
Hey, how about this? See, I got a lot of collectibles and stuff that they're just not in the good enough condition that I would ever sell them. I don't really buy things to flip them. I have an original copy of the Night of Thriller with the picture disc that is stamped promotional copy only because I got it from a radio station. That thing's worth, I don't know how much. It's still in a seal, not sealed, but it's still in the plastic sleeve that they gave it to me in and everything. I will never sell that. I don't really care who comes to me and what amount of money. I mean, I know it sounds stupid, but I wouldn't.
Somebody say, Danny, will you sell that Thriller for $2 million? I say, where do you want me to send it to, sir?
I won't even charge you shipping.
No, I wouldn't. I know it sounds stupid. I would not do it because I love that I love having that. And I think that goes right back to saying $114,000 this guy's going to put up on his wall. What is he going to do with it? He's going to look at it. I won't play that record at all. I won't. But I will pull it out every once in a while and say, look at there. This thing, and I don't even know what it's worth.
There's a Wu-Tang album that was sold to someone, and I can't remember the price of it. I'd have to Google it, but it was sold for an extremely high amount of money, and he was told that he could never release it. So he's the only one that has this collection of Wu-Tang.
Ain't all that great.
I actually had the Wu-Tang. I had the Wu-Tang
game. All that great.
I had the Wu-Tang game. I think it was PlayStation. Yeah, dude. I love that. I love the Wu-Tang line.
Johnny, did you say they weren't good?
I said they're not all that great. There's only like 2.
Yes. Yes.
What the hell are you talking about?
Okay, what? Look at this sales.
Hey, Gabby, how'd that feel? You still burning?
Huh?
You still burning?
Take them 2 away from it.
Look at their sales.
I can't name nothing that RZA make. Nothing that OBG made.
Wow. Shimmy, shimmy, ya, shimmy, yam, shimmy, yay. Liquid Swords. Brooklyn Zoo. Come on.
Ridiculous. Like, I guess my final comment on this topic, because I see the third one popped up. Again, I gotta say, I think a big thing that when people criticize other people, and this is something I've had to learn with, I always tell people, if you ever, and I'm accidentally shilling, mostly to disparage myself, is that if you go back and watch or listen to the early catalogs of the podcast I did with my friend, I was an asshole. I wasn't very good at expressing my opinion because I was new to the whole deal and really trying to figure out how to express how I felt about certain things. And as I did it longer and watched more like debate type things and panels, I learned how to have a little bit more self-awareness.
You asshole, just a little slicker with it.
We'll see. So I'll be a politician in 5 more years. My thing is that I think a big deal when the big issue is that people lack a lot of self-awareness when it comes to judging other people. I think it's fine to judge other people because it's just an inherent thing to do, but to think about the details and maybe self-inflect because of it is something that we lack. And I think collecting and fandom is a very, very good chance for us to do a little bit more of that, because again, we all will have something that we are so passionate about that we will overpay for. If it's not food, it will be cars. If it's not cars, it will be clothes. If it's not clothes, let me throw this one out here. Super fun. Right before your last question, let me pose a question. What do you think is, and I'll finish it off so you kind of know what I'm saying. What do you think is a first world amenity? I think I said that wrong, but whatever. That you would not give up, but you understand is frivolous. Mine is paper towels. I love paper towels in the kitchen. I love paper towels all over my house, and I will always buy them. And I understand you can buy towels and rags and shit, but I love paper towels, and I understand it's frivolous. But I will spend the money for it. Do you guys have something like that? Bottle of water. Yeah. Oh, a lot of people bitch about that kind of shit. Like, no, I get it. Yeah. Absolutely. I buy Gatorade 8-packs and I reuse the bottles. So that's always kind of a thing.
I don't know if it's frivolous, but I would say,
yeah, go ahead.
I can't stand drinking water unless it's cold. So my water has to be cold. So
I agree.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I agree. Absolutely, 100. Warm water, even room temperature water, feels like I'm getting a disease. I feel like I'm dying.
It doesn't. Yeah. But that's my beer too. My beer has to be cold too.
Right.
You know, I gotta have my beer nice and cold. So
I feel you.
Now, topic number 3, guys, so that we can finish this off. And this one's for you, Poe, if you're still watching. I hope you're watching because this one's for you. Tenet probably won't arrive in theaters this August. A leading industry analysis has seriously delved about Tenet arriving on its currently scheduled release date. The exhibition industry continues to face dire circumstances as 2020 marches on. Movie theaters have been hinging their hopes on new movies arriving to entice audiences, specifically Christopher Nolan's Tenet. However, a leading industry analysis now predicts that it is unlikely the movie will arrive in August. Do you think Tenet will be released in August, or do you think it will be pushed back again?
Pushed back.
I think Christopher Nolan is a very pretentious director. I will further that later. They will absolutely push it back. He will not release that film digitally. No way. He will do that theaters first.
I agree.
It's definitely coming out in theaters, but I know it's supposed to come out in August, and we had a little bet with Poe. He said it was going to be the #1 movie of the year, but right now it doesn't even look like it's going to come out. So if they push it back, do they push it back to next year?
I would.
I think everything's going back next year because this crisis we're in is so up and down.
Listen,
the minute we see the numbers going down, then people start getting freer. Oh, we have to do this. You got to stay the course. You can't. You gotta let the numbers be almost zero before you start trying to resume normal lifestyle. It ain't gonna happen. And I'm in a state now that's a hot spot. I mean, it's crazy. Today we had over 2,000 cases of corona in South Carolina. I forgot how many deaths.
Crazy.
It's crazy. So it's not.
You know how much we have? 199 or something like that. So, like I said, our theaters are open. I just went to go see Empire Strikes Back today on the big screen after like 20, 30 years. So that was good, you know. But yeah, for here, it's totally different than you guys. So I don't know, man.
They're going to, I don't know. I'm with Danny right now, in America at least, and in Hollywood, where a lot of these movies are going to come from. Instead of trying to push something to happen where more problems can be caused by that, and I know nobody wants to hear this. I know a lot of people here in America don't want it to happen, but the thing is we've really got to think about this from a standpoint that things like movies, even the amusement parks. Listen, Florida just opened a lot of their amusement parks. They're going to have to close them probably here before much longer. They went to 15,000 plus cases yesterday. I don't know what today's number was. They are going, California's already starting to shut things back down. I don't want things to shut down, but here's the thing. If that's what it's got to take to get this under control, then I guess you got to.
Gotta do it.
And that's the movies. And right now, as the movie industry goes, anything that's in the can, put your money as the studios, put your money towards drive-in movie options where you have to, so you can keep your industry going. So we are going to support the cause by giving you another way to go to it where you're not in a closed-in situation with anybody but the people you've been in a closed-in situation with for months. And put the movies out you got in the can and hold back the ones. What, John?
I got 2 things, actually. One, I think
the first one.
Yeah, I think there's a false equivalence with the movie theaters and theme parks. You're talking bigger numbers outside, a lot of touching, everybody touching on the same thing. You're not going to see that kind of rotation in a movie theater. Those things can be sanitized a lot quicker. You don't even necessarily have to open a concession stand.
Is it worth the risk?
I wouldn't say it's necessarily worth it, but I don't think it's as big a crisis as like talking about like going to bars, going to restaurants, going
now
to
let me ask you this.
have a higher turnover.
Okay, on that same thing though, if it's not worth the risk, here's the thing: the movie theaters, if they try to push this, and then the first cluster that can be put back to a movie theater, then what? Is it worth losing your industry over? Or is it worth saying, let's take a second back, let's figure out the safest way to do this? Because I'm not saying that they need to close them. I don't want movie theaters to close. There's a few around here that are open. I'm okay. If I want to go, I'll go. But the problem is right now, no industry right now is safe from a chance that if it can be pointed back to them, whether or not they can be sued from it or not, the mass exodus from going to it is something that like AMC Theater, the world's largest theater company, is looking at bankruptcy. And
and it's not because of fear. It's because that nobody's going out and they're being told they can't run. People will go. People are flying right now. Delta, pretty much their big thing right now is that they remove the middle person. But they still do that, and you could do that in a movie theater. We actually have to pick. Yeah. We actually have to pick our seats at a lot of stuff nowadays. You pick it online. Imagine just blocking out ones, going, here you go. You just have.
I understand that,
and you can still
the movie industry handle. Can it handle the first cluster that can be pointed to it? As soon as that happens,
absolutely they can. Absolutely, they can.
I think people
theme parks are doing it right now. Theme parks
are here. Our theaters here. When I went today, we were all separated. But again, our cases are not as bad as yours.
That's what I'm
if
saying.
One person gets into that theater, man, you're gonna.
How were y'all separated, Hanzo?
You pick your seats, right? So it was 2 seats, and then the next person was like almost a row away from me. There was only like maybe 10, 15 people in the theater anyways. So
and just don't do concessions, and they clean between things anyway. They just have
I'm just saying, I don't think
if you shop at Walmart, don't tell me that you think a movie theater is going to scare you more.
I don't
just
go to
think
Walmart.
That's absurd. Well, I'm not talking about you. People still go shopping. People do that.
But the thing is I'm talking about that if the movie industry actually attempts to show, let's try this a different way and let's try to ramp it up a different way so we can actually get some of this stuff out to the people, I think it'll be handled a little better, because the first time that right now, who knows where these cases from Florida are coming from. We could have hundreds of thousands of people, or however many people are going to these theme parks. We could have those, and I know you're saying different, that's fine, but we could say that we don't know that they're coming from these theme parks. The first time it's set to go and they can point to a theme park, they're going to want to close the place.
No.
And I think movies, I'm just saying, I think movies right now, if they thought of another way to follow this social distancing thing, and again, I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm not saying I like it. I'm just saying if movies show the way and then try to find a separate way to do it,
they're trying to bring back
closing people in a box.
Well,
my whole thing is, okay, so just so we don't get down too big of a rabbit hole is one, mostly I kind of just wanted to say, I think theme parks with a lot of turnover and masses and people shoved into rides and stuff constantly and being proven that they're running out of sanitizer and blah, blah, blah. I think it's a false equivalence. That's where I'm at with that.
Well, I'm not even talking about, I am going strictly with the movies.
Yeah. So to bring it back to the actual topic, I would make the argument, I don't understand this fervor with studios and makers, because I get that you need to make the money. You need to do whatever. These movies are already in the can. They're ready to go. And I would assume even somebody like Christopher Nolan's kind of a fucking narcissist who can't get anything done like most artists. Why not take the extra time to perfect your film?
I agree with
no obligation. The only 2 films I think that are, well, actually the only film I think is hurting from this is Wonder Woman 84, because people don't fucking care anymore. You might luck out because you might get a new fervor from the Snyder Cut. that's going to be a lucky move. Black Widow, she's already dead. So we're just like, it'll be a Marvel movie when it comes out. We'll be fine. Tenet is just a Christopher Nolan film. I didn't even know this film existed a year ago or 2 years ago when he was making it. I don't give a shit if it comes out 2 years from now. Why not just hold on to it? You don't owe a shit. Just wait a year and put it out the way you want. I don't understand why people care so fucking much about putting a movie out in the theater so quickly. The retro films are doing great right now. Empire just topped the box office last week.
You act like though it's just so easy for them to say, you know what? Let's just go and fix them. That costs money, right? So who's gonna
it's
find
not out yet? I'm with John on this. It's not out yet, so they
but
can't.
It's still gonna cost money to do that though.
And it's not like you're not bringing the teams back.
It's not going to do that. But regardless of what they do, if they do editing and some different,
you could do that out of your house right now if somebody was passionate about it.
Still going to cost money. If they do reshoots, still going to cost money. If they add different,
I didn't say reshoots
or whatever.
You could edit what you have.
Okay, but you saying that to make it better. How about if reshooting would make something better?
I didn't say reshoots. I was talking about just
polishing
better. I hear what you're saying, and this is what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Same way you think that they should sell it 2 years, 3 years, whatever, and make it perfect.
Yeah.
They're not. That's the world that you live in. The world that the moviegoers live in. They want to make something as fast as possible, make as much money, and recreate
Christopher
that
Nolan's
process.
not like that though.
They're not gonna make money off of anything if they try to just shoot all this stuff through. They gotta wait. They're gonna have to wait. If it's about money, they gotta wait. Or they gotta put it out.
You're right.
And I don't even think it's about money. I think Christopher Nolan has an ego. He's one of those people. Tom Hanks did it with he just brought out about Greyhound. These people really want these films to be experienced in the theater first. It's the way that that's the reason why Dunkirk and fucking Dark Knight Rises and shit, why Christopher Nolan uses panoramic lenses and shoots in IMAX and does this stuff because he wants it for the theater experience, because he's an older runner. He's like Quentin Tarantino. That's why he shot the Hateful Eight in IMAX lenses. He likes to do that stuff, that shit, and he thinks it makes it better. So if you can't show it to the world the way you intended it to have it shown, why not just hold off for a minute? It's already done. The money's thrown out for it to be taken care of, and you don't have to market it anymore because you're not going to be able to throw it out. So you wait a year, and then you throw a couple of trailers out on YouTube a month before it comes out, and you'll be fine. It'll be the new wave of movies. You're not losing anything. You already made the film.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
I mean, and I even think, I kind of agree with you on the Wonder Woman 84 one, but even then, I think if they hold off on all of these movies and just wait, when they come out and they've got 0 cases and you're able to put, the full theater in it, you're going to make your money back exponentially.
The retro stuff is fine. People are really enjoying the retro shit.
I think a lot of what y'all saying. I think a lot of what y'all saying is speculation.
No, what'd you two say? You both talked over each other. What'd you guys say?
Go ahead, Danny. You first.
I was just saying, I think a lot of what y'all are talking about is speculation, because all 4 of us do 4 different things professionally. And you can't say, well, Danny, all you got to do is this. No, you don't know the ins and outs of my profession. I can't go and say, Chris, well, at the casino, all you got to do is blah, 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 blah. Well, I can't say, Anzo, in the computer world, all you got to do is that. And whatever you do, I'm not sure what you deliver is something, right, John?
Sure.
Okay.
I can't figure out. I won't really care until I see where you're
going.
going.
I'm just saying, I can't say, well, John, all you got to do is such and such. You be like, no, Danny, we got to do this, this, and this, because if I don't do this, this, and this, then that ain't going to connect. So what you talking about as far as put stuff in the can and waiting a year or two, whatever, that's speculation on what you think. But we really don't know the process of these movies, what it takes to be behind it. We're just doing a lot of speculation.
Well, hold on.
No,
I will say this. I know John.
My knowledge, first of all, and second,
I know John knows enough about this, and I know a lot about it too. There is.
Okay, I stand corrected. All right.
I'm just saying. I totally agree with John.
Produced films that he left in the vault and music videos that he left in the vault because he had the money.
Y'all correct.
He had the money. There are some actors who take producer credits because they use their own money on the film because they believe in the project that they're on. That happens. That's why you see like you'll see it in TV shows all the time. After like the second or third season, you'll start seeing some of the lead actors have executive producer credits on it because they're either taking pay cuts or they're pumping some of their own money into the project because they care about it. And Christopher Nolan is 100% one of those dudes. He will work on a contracted thing to go do his own thing. Dark Knight Rises got done because he wanted Interstellar to get made.
But you got to understand one thing, and I'll say this because we're going to close it up soon. Yeah. Is we're living in a different time than anything that happened before. It's totally different now. So we can't talk about the things that used to happen or they used to do, right? Because it's different now. These studios are losing money every day. They're losing money every day. They're going broke.
They're going to lose more money.
And they're going to lose more.
Yeah.
But that's like saying a restaurant won't do takeout anymore. Restaurant won't do takeout anymore because it's like, well, we need to advertise.
Let me make restaurants do a takeout to kind of survive.
Let me make a comparison here. Anybody who's ever looked at classic cars or known a friend who's made restored a classic car, you will know that guy will dump $30,000 into that car and they're going to sell it for 15. Because nobody is going to feel the passion that person put into it, that they feel they deserve that money. I mean, they won't.
Hold on. You're saying someone will put $30,000 into a car and then sell it for $15,000?
They've got to get rid of it because I've seen it happen. I have friends that do this. They try to sell it for as much as they possibly can, but when you put too much money into it, it's like somebody who redoes a house that they put things into it that it's not in the right neighborhood and stuff. It happens all the time. Here's the deal: they've put this money out. The money's out. If they put the movie out now, it's not going to make the money they know it can make. It's better to hold on to it.
We're not arguing that point, Chris.
But that's why I'm saying it will be held up. It will be held up. That's all I'm trying to say is that because of that, they've got to hold on to these movies.
My point is the movies were there's a difference between a movie that like a romantic comedy or some random ass film that was made. Big things like Tenet, and we're talking Tenet. We're talking Christopher Nolan, big budget, big cameras, IMAX stuff. These were made for a theater experience. And these guys believe that whole fucking heartedly. And I'm sorry, when it comes to people like Christopher Nolan, they have that kind of pull. They go, you're not fucking giving my film to fucking, HBO Max or whatever. The whole thing is that, again, it's already shot. I don't know how much money they're going to lose. They're going to lose money regardless. But again, I think the retroactive movie thing is a good idea. I saw a lot of people talking about drive-in theaters again. Those will only last until this is over.
Yeah.
You really think climate change people are going to be fucking cool with people sitting in their car hours and hours watching films again? No fucking way. Because Walmart's trying to push that shit out. So fucking good luck with that. It will be cute for 6 months and then people will fucking hate it.
I agree. It's a temporary fix, but it's something they'll do.
But I'm saying, for Tenet, if I have to go specifically Tenet, that is a film that people want in the theater. And the makers who made it want it in the theater. They're not going to go against him. And honestly, I don't think that movie is going to make any more money getting pumped out in digital for no reason versus why not just hold off another year and see what happens? You're not going to lose any more than what you're losing right now because the film is already done.
But who said it should come out on digital though?
Well, I assume that's the only other option. Or are you just saying it just doesn't get released?
No, it's getting pushed back like a year or two.
And 100%, I think it should be pushed an entire year.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not going to go on digital. There's no way they're putting Tenet, Wonder Woman, or any of those movies on digital.
It'd be so fucking ass silly. The only one I think you could get away with it would be Wonder Woman and Black Widow, because I think the Black Widow, I don't think there's enough fervor for it, but people would enjoy it and watch it just because it's Marvel. No, but she's already dead.
Yeah, but
Well,
there
he's
is.
already
There is.
dead. There's not
I just seen the clip today, and I think it was the first time I seen it on the big screen, and I was like, "Oh my god, yes, that one."
Don't
And
get me
Wonder
wrong,
Woman,
the film looks great.
they're gonna
Wonder
make money.
Woman. Wonder Woman fucking lost me when she
They're
was
gonna make money.
fucking lassoing lightning and swinging like a monkey in the fucking sky. That shit lost me. But hopefully it's fun. I don't know, but we'll see.
It'll be good.
I just don't see Tenet getting digital. That shit will get pushed, and if they don't, I think it'd be silly.
They're all gonna get pushed, anyways, guys. Great show. We've been on for an hour
guys.
Hour and 20 minutes.
That's a meme on my podcast with Michael. Sorry, that's fucking awesome.
Got another stream to go on to tonight, so
Jeez.
I'm just gonna let you guys. Yeah, I know it's crazy. I'm just gonna let you guys tell the people where to find you. We're gonna start the opposite way. So Chris Knight, tell the people where they can find you, my brother.
Yeah, you can find me on the Real Review 3000 here on Chaos Central, the network, and over on Danny's channel, Anzo's channel, of course, just about anywhere. Tomorrow, I think we're recording the Operation Babel stuff. So yeah, I'm over there, and yeah, so lots of places. I'm gonna jump off of here so I can get home, and we can jump on that other stream. So, guys, thank you very much, John. Have a great time. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Sounds good. Drive safe.
And now it's just my two co-stars from Equilibrium, Mr. Comet Chat, Danny Grand. Tell the people where they can find you, my brother.
You can find me Monday nights, Tuesday nights, Sunday afternoon, Saturday afternoon with Anzo. We got about 4 or 5 shows percolating. The show tonight, the show last night was Chaotic Conversation. Next week, please join us. We're going to be ranking our top 5 Michael Jackson songs and top 5 Prince songs. So that should be a hell of a show.
Mm-hmm. Damn right.
Right. You think you might want some of that, John?
I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan.
Well, it's at 9 o'clock. I don't know if that'd be past your bedtime or not, but
always is. But I'll show up for some fucking Michael Jackson and Prince.
We're doing top 5 Michael Jackson, top 5 Prince.
If Raspberry Beret is not in there, you're a bad person.
That's on you. It's your 5.
You know?
Not the 5. It's your 5.
You're all bad people if you don't put Raspberry Beret in there. We all know
or
the
Joker
song.
Or the Joker song.
Not be in my top 5.
Oh, whatever.
All right, so you guys heard it here. So next week, gonna have John on the show. We're gonna do our top 5 Michael Jackson and Prince songs. That's gonna be cool to hear what they have a big library. So a lot of people are gonna have different songs and different
library.
I said library. Yes, I did. I'm Canadian.
My dude.
Catalog.
Library, catalog, same goddamn thing. They got a library of music. They got a catalog of music. Okay. So people, I'd like to thank you. Like I said, the channel is Bigger Forward Entertainment. Going to be on Rob's stream later on tonight. So hope you guys subscribe to the channel. I hope you guys subscribe to everyone on the panel. Hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you for your time, and just want to say peace, because we are out.